Hi guys, today I will talking about the next of the individual country is USA. This is a called a United States of America. Let's start this. United States, officially United States of America, abbreviated US or USA by name America, country in the North America of Federal Republic of 50 states besides the 48 counterminous states that occupy the middle latitudes of the continent. The United States include the states of Alaska as the northwestern extreme of North America and the island state of Hawaii in the mid-Pacific Ocean. The conterminous states are bounded on the north by Canada, on the east by the Atlantic Ocean, on the south by the Gulf of Mexico, and to the west by the Pacific Ocean. The United States is the fourth largest country in the world in area after Russia, Canada, and China. The national capital is Washington, which is its contestive with the District of Columbia, the federal capital region created in 1970. The major characteristic of the United States is probably its great variety. Its physical environment ranges from the Arctic to the subtropical, from the moist rainforest to the arid desert, from the rock mountain peak to the flat prairie. Although the total population of the United States is large by the world standards, its overall population density is relatively low. The country embraces some of the world's largest urban concentration as well as some of the most extensive areas that are almost devoid of habitation. The United States contains a highly diverse population, unlike a country such as China that largely incorporated indigenous people. The United States has a diversity that, to a great degree, has come from a immense and a sustained global immigration. Probably no other country has a wider range of radical, ethnic, and a cultural type that does the United States. In addition to the presence of surviving Native Americans, including American Indians, Altoons, and the Eskimos, and the descendants of Africans taken as enslaved people's person to the New World. The national character has been enriched, tested, and constantly redefined by the tens of millions of immigrants who, by and large, have come to America hoping for greater social, political, and economic opportunities than they had in the places they lived. It should be noted that although the term of America and Americans are often such as synonyms for the United States as its citizens respectively, that are also used in a broader sense for North, South, and Central America collectively and their citizens. The United States is the world's greatest economic power measured in terms of gross domestic product (GDP). The nation world is partly a reflection of its rich natural resources and its enormous agricultural output, but it owes more to the country highly developed industry despite the relative economic self-sufficiency in many areas. The United States is the most important single factor in the world trade by virtue of the sheer size of its economy. Its exports and the imports represent major proportion of the world totals. The United States also impinges on the global economy as a source of and as a destination for investment capital. The country continues to sustain an economic life that is more diversified than any other on earth, providing the majority of its people with one of the world's highest standards of living. The United States is relatively young by world standards. Being less than 250 years old, it achieved its current size only in the mid 20th century. America was the first of the European colonies to separate successfully from its motherland, and it was the first nation to be established on the premise that sovereignty rests with its citizens and not with the government. In its first century and a half, the country was mainly preoccupied with its own territorial expansion and economic growth, and with social debates that ultimately lead to civil war and a healing period that is still not complete. In the 20th century, the United States emerged as a world power, and since World War II, it has been one of the preeminent power. Uh, it has not accepted this mantle easily, nor always carried it willingly. The principle and ideals of its founder has been tested. The pressure and the exigence of its dominant status. The United States, uh, the United States still offer its residents opportunities for unparalleled person advancement and wealth. However, the depletion of its resources, the contamination of its environment, and its continuing social and economic inequality, the, the perpetuates areas of poverty and blight all threaten the fabric of the country. The District of Columbia is discussed in the article Washington. For discussion of other major US cities, see the article Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, New Orleans, New York City, Philadelphia, and San Francisco. Political units in association with the United States include Puerto Rico, discussed in the article Puerto Rico, and the several Pacific islands discussed the Guam, North Mariana Island, and the American Samoa.